Hey everyone, welcome to another Goody Reader video. My name is Michael.
This is Peter.
Today we have a comparison of smartwatches. We have the Pebble versus the Sony Smartwatch 2. In this video, we're going to put these head to head to see what the core functionality of both of them are and what they both bring to the table. We're going to look at app ecosystems, how easy is it to install apps on either of these devices, and what type of apps are generally available. By the end of the video, if you're on the fence whether a Pebble or maybe the Sony Smartwatch is for you, we're going to give you a sense on the pros and cons of each and hopefully reach a determinate decision on which one's better. Let's go in for a closer look. So we have the Pebble watch here and the Sony Smartwatch 2 here. Peter, tell us a little bit about the functionality of the Sony Smartwatch.
Well, with this, we have more of a familiar feel to it because it is running a very small version of Android and it is full touchscreen. So please excuse the screens being so small. They are about 1.5 inch and 1 inch screens diagonally. So we have a bunch of things here. We'll just go over them really quick because there's only a couple. Alarms, pretty straightforward. Calls, you can check out your phone book. You can even dial from your phone, from your watch to your phone. You have your call log to see if you missed any calls. Facebook notifications, they show up kind of like this.
I like it how it's full color and it shows like the Facebook icons.
Absolutely. You even have the little thumbnails. You can't reply to any of these, of course, because this is supposed to be a kind of a passive system, so you can't actually type or anything. You have a flashlight, which is just a white screen, SMS messages, music player, but it's not a universal music player. It'll only work if you have the same music player on your phone. And with Android, there's 100,000 music players. Settings. Well, this is your main event, so anything that, there's some tests that Mike sent me. Anything that shows up, SMS, Facebook, will show up in your events. Timer, stopwatch, WhatsApp notifications. Mike sent me a bunch to test here. And settings here, very bare bones. You can change the display, like the brightness, watch faces, apps. To manage your apps, which ones you want on and off. You can check out a review video for an in-depth view on all these. And one of the cool things before we go to the Pebble is the ability to remote start your camera. So you can actually start your camera and it'll actually show whatever's on the camera on your phone. So you can see this is our messy table here that we're filming behind the scenes. It is rather slow because it does have to transmit frame by frame all the information over Bluetooth, but it is kind of cool because you can take kind of pics and view them on your wrist. So it's got some neat little features here and there, and having a full LCD touchscreen really comes in handy.
Yeah, I mean the Pebble does not have a touchscreen, and this is the first generation Pebble. This is not the Pebble Steel. So you have like your watch faces here, and you can press the bottom button to see like the different faces that you've installed through the app.
And remember, this is running e-paper and this is running LCD, so you're gonna get the full color display on the Sony.
Right, so yeah, this is pretty well like monochrome. So you have music here, and I can actually initiate the music player on my iPhone.
That is his phone you're hearing right now to the left of him.
So, and you could, skip forward tracks and things like that. I find that that's a kind of a cool feature.
And we do have a full review video of the Pebble as well on our YouTube channel.
So I have my phone paired to my Pebble via Bluetooth, and I have all notifications on. So I see like Google Plus messages, I can get full Twitter messages, and pressing the button you can see like various Google Plus stuff, eBay fashion, things like that. You could set alarms.
How's it feel pressing buttons instead of a touchscreen?
Yeah, I wish this was touchscreen.
Well, with touchscreen, i.e. Sony Smartwatch 2, it's almost 50 bucks more. So, come with a heavier price tag.
Now, for iPhone, Pebble has an app store, so you can actually install games like Asteroids and things like that. Playing it on a non-touchscreen device, not the easiest thing in the world to do. So, let's bring my iPhone into the shot really quickly so I can show you what the Pebble ecosystem looks like. So The Pebble for iPhone app has just been updated. And what this allows you to do is you have a full Pebble app store now. In the past, you only were able to change watch faces, but now you could check out tools and utilities.
That is a really cool system, I might say.
Yeah, so you could do like GPS type stuff, remotes, you could look at fitness apps.
Fitness apps are always huge for smartwatches.
Yeah, so this is the stuff that's been updated recently, but you could click on most loved and check out the type of things that you know, people are using. So Pebble GPS, battery, weather. So you could click this, click add,
and it adds it to your Pebble.
Yeah, it's basically installing to my Pebble right now, so I could load up a GPS type app.
There you go, boom.
There you go.
I'm gonna put some little bit of contrast and show you what Sony brings to the table. Basically what it is it's Smart Connect. So you need to download this app from Google Play. Once you do, you pair your smartwatch, this one, to here, click on the smartwatch, and you get this list of installed applications and recommended applications. So if you wanted to install
Gmail, that's cool.
That is cool. But if you click Gmail, what it doesn't actually have a cool layout or store. It actually just redirects you to Google Play so you can download it from there. Not quite as cool as what you get on the Pebbles App Store, because they don't in fact have their own app store. It is really just a redirect. And if I go back, you'll see that I'll get out of Google Play and I'm back to this. So I click Runtastic, once again, goes right back to the Play Store. But once you click install and accept, should install rather quickly. They're very small. Oh, this one's 13 MB, but either way, should be done in a couple seconds. And then it automatically goes right to your smartwatch. Once it installs, you don't need to do really anything else. And then it'll be on your watch, probably on the third page eventually here. But yeah, they're both instant kind of synchronization. But here, let's go back to the fitness thing here. So now we see those are the installed applications, and the fitness guide just showed up right there. So yeah, it is pretty cool. I mean, you see everything's kind of synchronized, but I like the Pebbles kind of iOS app layout a little bit better.
Yeah. Okay, so here's really what the Pebble's all about. It basically syncs with iOS 7 with the notification center. So you can actually say, unlike Android, you kind of need apps to do everything.
Yes, exactly.
With this, it's like, okay, you know, these are the apps that I have synced with my Pebble. So if I get a TuneIn Radio update, shows on here. If I get a Wish update, shows up here. You know, I could really, I pretty well by default said, you know, anything notification-wise from emails to everything shows up on my Pebble, and then it vibrates. So I don't have to always take my phone out of my pocket, unlock it, put a password in. I could pretty well just like read what I get here. And I like the fact that it pairs with the notification center, and it pairs with my default music app, so I can kind of change things, change tracks and things like that on the go without having to fish my phone out. Some of the cons is that it is monochrome, and it has you know, it takes like about 2 hours to charge it, and it doesn't really last that long. Smartwatches, I find in general, at least with using the Pebble for about a month or two now, I find that it only really lasts like maybe a day or two before I have to recharge it, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of e-paper, which
it does,
you know, that you want it to last.
They say on the back of the box 5 to 7 days for this, 3 to 5 days for the Sony, but honestly, I was wearing this all day yesterday and just doing what it's supposed to do, synchronizing my messages and all that, and look at the battery. I'm almost, what, like 15-20%, so in fact, it has been about, I don't know, maybe 40 hours total, and it's almost drained. So I don't know where they're getting that from. Maybe a complete stasis mode, it just being on. Sure, it'll last a month if it's just on, but second you pair it, second you start getting those messages, then it starts to drain. Yeah,
I find that the more notifications I'm getting, if the watch is set to vibrate mode, it drains a lot faster. Whereas if you hardly have any notifications going, you'll get an extra battery life, but it kind of defeats the whole purpose of a smartwatch. So, Peter, if you had to decide what is the better experience for the watches and the phones, and, you know, pretty well, you're relying on your phone for everything.
Yes, absolutely. I'm kind of torn between the two. This is about $200 plus tax. This is $150 plus tax. This has an awesome app store. This one just has redirects to Google Play. This has full LCD, so you can click on all your Facebook updates and check out. You can even have slideshow images, photos. You can sync your camera. This is monochrome. I do like the notification center on Michael's iPhone because you can choose out of hundreds of things what you want to notify you, whereas on the Sony you have to download a separate app for each thing. That's SMS notifications, that's Facebook notifications, that's WhatsApp notification. I had to download individual apps for each one. I'm really torn between the two. It's about what you want though, because if you want the full color touchscreen ability to do all that kind of fun stuff, grab the Sony, but I think the Pebble's a little more organized and works a little bit better.
I think so. I think it's just the differences between Android and an iPhone, where I could push all notifications to here, but with Android I need very specific apps installed in order to push notifications to it. I do like the fact that it's color and touchscreen. I find that, you know, if Pebble could somehow make a touchscreen phone and put a mic on it, that would be awesome. Because it would be awesome to do, you know, drag and dictate voice style, or to incorporate Siri into this, where I could like say, Siri, open this app, or Siri, you know, say something and it'll appear on my phone, or even appear here. So that would be cool. Smartwatches have a long way to go. I think both of these bring very different things to the table. The price is basically $50 difference, so it's not breaking the bank, but it's, you know, I think that the Sony makes sense if you're an Android user, and Pebble makes sense if you're an iOS user. You'll get the best experiences out of both of those devices. So you could make your own decision on what you like better. Drop a comment in the YouTube comment section below. Let us know your thoughts. If you have either of these and we've missed something, let us know and give us some pros and cons of what you believe is the better and more viable investment. For a Good eReader review video of the Sony Smartwatch 2 and the Pebble, for GoodEReader.com, my name is Michael.
My name is Peter.
Everybody take care.
So that's the Sony Smartwatch 2. Really hope you guys got a good idea of what the watch is all about. If you guys want to go and buy one, if you guys want to go and see if you can get one on Craigslist or wherever else, maybe eBay, get a good deal on one. I think $200 is a little pushing it for something that's just kind of, you know, all the information just kind of passes through. You can't really do much on it on its own, but it's a good extension. Maybe not for $200. It's up to you guys, but smartwatches are on the rise. There's lots of choices for everyone. When we were at CES earlier in the year, there were 6 other companies that were not so much the big boys, kind of like Sony and Samsung, that did smartwatches. So there's bound to be a lot of competition out there and a lot of great prices, a price range I should say. So thank you guys everyone for watching our videos. You are making it all worth it and making it all possible that we can do this every single week. And we have over 800 and something, 820-ish videos on youtube.com/GoodEReader. Keep watching. Thank you guys everybody.